Welcome back to my channel. Today's Get Ready With Me is going to start with nails because I've been having quite a bit of issues with peeling and just in general brittle nails. So it came at perfect timing that Madame Glam sent me some of their nail polishes and their starter kit, and I'm gonna do some gel nail polish on my nails today because then I can have the nail polish on for a little bit longer and hopefully my nails are protected for a little bit more. I am now going once a week to the pool with Andrea and I see that this is actually taking a bit of a toll on my nails. So let's take a look. Madame Glam, as I said, were kind enough to send me a starter set of their gel nail polish. This includes a peel off base coat, a soft soak off top coat, and I actually asked them to send over a gel polish remover because one of the biggest things with gel polish for me is that well, the removal really yeah, ruins my nails because I am not patient enough to sit 15 minutes with foils on my nails. So this one right here I've tried already, is amazing. You just apply it on your nail, it wrinkles and dissolves the nail polish and you remove it super easily. So I'm a big fan of this one as well. And then the three colors I picked are Master Debater. This is from their most recent collection. It's a sheer nail polish. It was a bit of a mistake for me because I don't love the look of a sheer nail polish, but it would be really good if you're doing like longer nails or some nail art. That would be really pretty. And the color is a beautiful mustardy grungy yellow. Then I got the shade Busy Avocado, which is this greenish gray right here, quite cool toned, very pretty for this season. And finally, much more fall, this is Harvest Party, which is a beige. This is going to be the color that we're using today. It's kind of a gray day, and this beautiful beigey brown is perfect for fall. In the set, you also get the cutest little LED lamp. Look at how small it becomes. I love it because my usual nail polish or gel polish lamps are huge. So these are perfect. This is perfect. And you have it little stands and you put them on. And it goes on with a micro USB. I have the cable that I usually charge my tablet from since it's always on my desk. So that's what I'm gonna be using today. I am going to start with a prep step. This is a nail dehydrator, and this just ensures that there is no oily residue of anything on my nails. Again, please pardon the state of them, but they are really in need of some help, and that is why I am going to do some gel polish today. I saw really a big improvement, and that's maybe quite typical, a big improvement in the status of my nails during pregnancy and the first 3 months after. But Andrea is now 7.5 months and all of those nice things have gone. All of the good hormones have gone. So I'm gonna start with the peel off base coat and apply a thin layer to each nail, not every nail, but each nail. And cap the tip as well. And then I am curing it under the lamp for 30 seconds. Now that the base coat is on both hands, I'm gonna go in with the first coat of color. And one thing that is very important that I find is the biggest difference between gel and regular nail polish is the thickness of the layers. So in gel, I think in regular nail polish too, but you can get away with it easier. In gel nail polish, you really need to keep it thin. Otherwise, it will not cure properly or it will look horrible when cured. So it is important to make thin layers of nail polish. Also, of course, the preparation of the nail is important. So I had already pushed back my cuticles and, as I said, removed, first with the nail polish remover, I removed what nail polish I had left from the previous run, and that is as important as the nail polish itself, of course. I'm going to cure this again. And now a second coat, and another thing that you need to keep in mind is that you really should be careful not to get any nail polish on your cuticles or other parts of your fingers, because it will cause the nail polish to peel. So if you do make a mistake, for example, and get nail polish on your cuticles, then you can always remove it before curing, and that's no problem. It's not dangerous for your skin, it's more because otherwise you will have peeling of the polish off, because it will not adhere well to the skin as to the nail. That's not what it's made for, right? And always cap your tips. And of course, the last step is the top coat. Again, thin layers, and then curing under the UV lamp. Now, this may not be the case every time, but sometimes you can feel the top coat is still a little bit tacky. So what you want to do is take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and wipe the top of it. This will get rid of the top sticky layer and leave you with beautiful, smooth and shiny nails. Not all top coats need this. Some are called no wipe top coats, and then they are made in such a way that you don't need this. I will apply some cuticle oil because my nails need it, as I said. They are really, really dry and unhappy. I just came back from the pool, so it's even worse. I feel like I just want to slather my hands in cream and oils, so that will help for sure. And now let's get into the makeup. So today I'm going to be using the Beautybay Age of Opulence palette, and that is the other palette that I had suggested to try out on Get Ready With Me on my Instagram. And it has 2 rows of shades that really, really appeal to me, as well as that purple and gold right there. And they look extremely interesting to me, especially that teal, which I think we're gonna be using today. I'm taking a small Nabla brush. It's one of these really, really nice outer V crease brushes that I love to use, especially when I want a concentrated but blended out color, and that is the case with this teal right now. But you can see how nicely it applies and it blends out. These palettes are just so pigmented, and I really don't know how Beautybay manages to get them just for 18 euros, since the Wilderness palette is pretty epic and this guy right here also is. Next up, I'm going to go with this duochrome on my lid, but first I want to go quickly in the inner part of my crease with this transition shade to just help the blend and make sure everything is really seamless. This shade works really, really well for me in the crease. Next up, that pink to gold duochrome. I'm spraying my brush because it's quite flaky, and like this I will avoid fallout and get a better payoff. And you can see how sparkly and beautiful it is. And what I like is that the gold is the main color that you see, and the pink base is not really that evident. Now I am going in with the Teal Shimmer there in the intersection between the one shimmer and the mattes, and that's something that I've been liking doing because it helps me with the transition. I don't necessarily love going from a dark matte to a light shimmer so abruptly, and a similar toned shimmer to the matte then helps me with that. That's not innovative or disruptive, but that's just what I've been doing. Now I am going in with my finger to reapply that shimmer, first duochrome on, to just give it more impact. Quickly did my base off camera, and now I'm going in with my midnight eyeliner from Makeup Geek, and this is just a dark blue, and I'm using it only on the outside of my eyes, and that is because that is what helps pull up my eyes and not to close them off too much.
Then I'm going in again with the teal and smudging it on the outer part of my eye. And yeah, it just works well. I like this more monochromatic matte look, and especially with such color, yeah, it works quite well. Inner corner, instead, I am going to be using the color Champagne because I want something lighter, and you can see it that it has a more yellow undertone compared to the lid shade. And there I had a little bit of dirtiness left over because my fingers were dirty from swatching the shades previously, and I just removed it with a Q-tip. For the rest of my lower lash line, I'm applying the Teal Shimmer again. How does it look? I'm not really convinced. It looks a little bit darker than I was hoping for, but hey, that is what it is, and we commit to it and we go for it. That is all fine.
That doesn't look super good with a naked lower lash line, so I'm taking another one of Makeup Geek's eyeliners, and this is called Ultramarine, which is a brighter teal to line right there, so that there's not a big difference between a naked lower lash line and the eyeshadow. I'm gonna take that and tightline a little bit as well. And I really want to emphasize that sparkly inner corner to contrast the extra darkness that I brought in with that blue. Okay, and that is the eye. Loving the eyeshadow, not a surprise. These palettes are so good. I think it might be a problem. I might end up buying them all. And as I mentioned, this color story isn't exactly like my everyday. So I kind of was a bit regretting the purchase in the sense that this is really going to be a palette that I have to put an effort into using just for the color story. The quality is great. But if I'm already struggling with using the Wilderness palette because of all the bright and saturated colors, and those are even my colors, you can imagine that these purples and blues are going to be even harder to use. But I am happy to have it in the sense that every time I use this palette, it is always a pleasant surprise and a pleasant experience. I recently laminated my brows, so the only thing I'm gonna do is go in with the Lime Crime Bushy Brow pen and a little bit of the Colourpop Brow Boss, I think it's called. Oh no, just Colourpop Brow Gel that I bought recently. I do like the Lime Crime pen better than the Colourpop pen, so that's also good because the Lime Crime pen I can actually get here for 25% off or so, whereas if I loved the Colourpop one, it would be a problem because I would have to get it shipped from abroad, pay customs, wait 3-4 weeks. I don't have that type of patience. So I'm happy I don't have to rely on that. And while we're talking about Colourpop, I am kind of over it in the sense this last palette that I got, it's a mood palette, it's just not great. I never ever use it. Again, similar shades to this, but there's also a lot of nice neutrals in there. And the mattes are really, really good. But the fact that the shimmers are not top notch and that there's so many of them in there makes that I don't actually reach for that palette at all. I just open it, I see the shimmers and I'm like, those suck. So I was speaking with a friend recently about maybe rearranging it, making it just a matte palette, an all matte palette, but I'm not sure. Here we go, the eyes are done. Now, for cheeks, I will be pulling out my Milk bronzer. This is in the shade Baked, it's the lighter of the two, and my Real Techniques stippling brush, and just applying it liberally to the outer perimeter of my face, as usual. And I haven't given this one enough love recently because I've been focusing on finishing my Chanel and figuring out whether I like the Patrick Ta one, so I haven't been using this one a lot, but every time I see it, I love it. I was doubting whether to use Dusk by Glossier, but I think I will because it will tone down this eye look. So I'm taking the blush, oh, a lot came out, putting it on my hand and picking it up with my brush, making sure I saturated the bristles, and then tapping it on. I thought it would be so light and invisible on my skin, but it isn't. And another thing I've been liking to do lately is using what I have of my little sample of the Auric Glow Lust in Selenite, I think, that Mariam gave me, and applying it with a brush instead of with my fingers. I kind of don't reach my fingers in here anymore, so I very carefully apply it with my brush and then tap it in with my fingers. And I still think this is a touch too light or too cool for me. But I also don't think I could pull off the shade down because it's the base color that changes more than the sheen, I feel like. That was a bit the situation with the Lisa Eldridge one as well. I just want a golden version of this. This is a, not even champagne. You see that this is more yellow than my highlight. It's beautiful. It's so natural yet shiny. It's so gorgeous. I love it. And then finally on my lips, I am going to put on Velvet Affair. This is so gorgeous. This is one of my new Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. It's not new to her collection, but it was restocked recently and love it, love it. The first time I wore it, I was not into it as much. But the more I wear it without having a bright lipstick on before, I think it's a really, really nice nude for me. So this is the finished look with nails done, face done. I can now go and go about my day. It's a mama day today, so not much is gonna happen, but we have packages to send and baby to entertain. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check the description box down below. There's going to be a 30% off discount code on Madame Glam nail polishes. And yeah, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.